Et le son de la paix, ce souvenir, le cosmique. Et le son de la paix.
Make some noise at the Untitled on the mic here at Dragonfly Cafe! Wow. How are y'all doing? It's Wednesday. You can be anywhere right now, but you're at the right spot. The cutest venue in all of the Northeast. All right. Yes. It's all because of y'all. Honestly. So it's a beautiful day. It's June. It's almost summer. Is it summer already? Almost? Close. The weather is nice. I told the sun to stay out just a little bit longer, so we have that golden hour just to make the room that much more poetic. All right. My name is Ricky. He, him. I am one of the co-organizers and hosts for the Untitled Open Mic. We have a special evening for y'all. We do this open mic. This is our 18th year doing this open mic. 1-8. Yeah, you can clap for that. That's long. We're pretty stubborn, but we do this open mic because it's a beautiful reason to get people together, to show up, have a place to tell stories, to express our creativity, our art. Just uplift the narratives that we feel like is important to share and have the community here. All right. And we got community here. Yo, we're in Dragonfly Cafe. Let's do some big round of applause for our lovely venue. Yes. They have made this room our home for the evening. I would have asked folks to take their shoes off if it was really my home, but this is home in a lot of other ways. All right. We're gonna have a space that feels creative, filled with love, feel joyous. All right. But doesn't mean sometimes home has some heavy stuff, and we make space for that tonight. So this open mic, this reading, we're going to have some lighthearted stuff. We got some heavy stuff and all the stuff in between. So we're making space for all of that, but we want to show love and we want to hear some incredible poetry. And I want to prep y'all on how we do some of that active listening and how to show love very shortly. But what's going to happen is we're going to have actually our showcase and slam before our open mic tonight. So we got some poets from the Low Community Charter Public School. Make some noise for these poets. Okay. We got some young folks here, some very talented, inspiring folks here. From my understanding, these folks have been putting some incredible work, learning and working on their craft, doing some poetry, with the incredible guidance of one of their incredible teachers and educators, Miss Russo. Let's give it up for our lovely friend. Hey! We've been doing this partnership and having y'all come down and be a feature for several years now, and this is one of the highlights for the summer. So thank y'all for continuing to bring poetry into the classroom, and now you're bringing poetry here in this lovely cafe. Just some quick housekeeping stuff. If y'all are here, I think if you need to use the bathroom, there are bathrooms outside of the venue. I believe there's some upstairs and a few downstairs as well. All right. If you have any questions, you can probably talk to the Dragonfly Cafe staff. They'll be able to assist you on that. This venue is also a celiac-friendly venue. So there's no outside food or drinks in here, but the good thing is there's delicious inside food and drinks that the venue has. So if you had some grub earlier, can I get a All right, see, exactly. That's the we're already practicing on how to express some good energy. But yes, we have our slam first, and I'll talk about the slam shortly. But as mentioned, there's going to be people's going to be sharing poems. So if you feel like you need to move in and out of space to take care of yourself, please do that. Do that as respectfully as possible. But it's going to take, just got some folks on the mic, and it takes some energy and some practice to be on the mic. So for folks in the audience, guests, please give your attention to the people who are up here on stage. And it takes a level of bravery to be up here, and we want to reward that. We want to show that we care and we're listening. And there's some ways you can do that. So if you hear something tonight that really resonates with you, you can practice. You can snap. Can we practice snapping real quick? If you don't know how to snap, you can just do this. It looks cool. All right, let's do that. Maybe the person just performed their heart out. You want to clap for the homie? Can we clap for the homie real quick? And similarly, right? Can I get, like you just ate a delicious sandwich? You're gonna go, Can I get a yeah? Can I get a Exactly. So you gotta. The poet, the performer is giving energy. Audience member, please give that energy back. It's so important. All right. Participate. We're all in this space together. Okay. Cool. I'm gonna look over to my lovely co-organizers and co-hosts. Are we that thing? Okay. All right. So for this evening, we're gonna be documenting our lovely event to be able to revisit this later. We might be able to take some other documentation, but if that doesn't feel comfortable for y'all, just let us know and we will honor that for sure. But I think that kind of covers the vibe. Are y'all interested in this poetry slam? Can I talk to y'all about a poetry slam real quick? All right. So the funny thing is someone decided to make a game where we got to put numbers to poems. All right. I know it's kind of silly, but it gets people in the room. All right. And I heard there's some prizes. All right. So in order to get some prizes, we need to play this game. So this poetry slam, we're going to have an incredible, talented, well-qualified judges who are going to be scoring these incredible poems. Judges, can you hold your scoreboards up in the air, please? All right, so I can see you. Hi, everyone clap for these judges real quick, all right? Thank you, judges. Thank you for volunteering. Thank you for volunteering. All right, okay. Judges. All right, as I mentioned, you got to be scoring these poems Olympic style. 0 to 10, all right? 0 is the worst thing you've ever heard in your life. You wish you could just go home and just like pour candle wax in your ears. It's that bad, all right? Will you hear 0 tonight? Probably not, right? It takes a lot to just show up, all right? There's no. If you actually give a 0, I might have to find a candle, pour it on you, in a mean way. But on the opposite end, there's a 10. All right, 10 is your life has changed. You want to go home and just just read this poem a million times over. And if you ever have your own band, you want to name your band after this poet, 10 is just incredible. All right, but there's plenty of numbers in between. All right. So we want to encourage you to use a number after the decimal place. So that's like a 7.5, an 8.8. If you want to give a 9, it's a 9.0. All right. Cool, judges. You just gonna have your scores. Just keep them up until I read all 5 scores. And after I read all 5 scores, you can put it down. Easy job. Okay. Judges. All right. Don't listen to this part anymore. All right. You're done. You can close your ears for a second. Don't even listen to this part. Okay, judges. All right, audience members. These judges don't know what they're doing. All right. I just asked them like 2 minutes ago if they can judge. All right. Your job is to let them know if you like a score. All right. So how do you let them know that you like a score? Okay. That's a good agreement. All right. Here's the thing. If you don't agree with a score, we like to say, listen to the poem. All right. So if you hear a score that you don't like, what do you say? Listen to the poem. Exactly. All right. Please try to persuade the judges. All right. They don't know what they're doing. Hey, judges. Hey, you can listen now. All right. We were saying you're doing a great job. Really appreciate y'all so much. All right. So audience member, you know what the vibe is. Judges, you know what the vibe is. We're going to do this poetry slam. We're going to have 2 rounds. 7 incredible poets in the round. I'm going to read them in this order, so folks, you can have some preparation. And this is also a good time for you to make sure that I am pronouncing your name right. And if I say it wrong, you can boo me, and then I will just cry on it inside. All right. So in this order, in round 1 is Nikita. All right. Okay. Then we have Sarai. Okay, we can snap Sarai. I like that. Nathaniel. All right. David. All right. Um, Glenise. All right. Alina. Yeah. And Elena. Oh, who did that back to back? Messed me up. Okay. That's the order in round one. All right. So we're going to do 2 rounds. The top 4 poets will go on to round 2. So you're going to hear at least one poem from each of these poets. And we're going to be able to find the top 3 who are going to get some prizes. I don't know what the prize is. Ricka is going to let me know a little bit later. But ultimately, y'all, I already feel like I got a prize to just be in y'all presence. All right. So with that being said, are y'all ready for a poetry slam? Whoa, whoa. Who's saying no? Mike, you're saying no. Why are we not ready for a poetry slam? We need to calibrate. I forgot. Can I get some sheep noises? All right, I won't explain the reference, but we need a poet to help prime our judges because they need some practice. Y'all are good, but y'all need some practice. All right. So we're gonna have some poets to be the calibration. So this is gonna be your number benchmarks to get you ready for our slam. Okay. So with that being said, I want to just remind y'all real quick. If you want to adjust the mic, it's lefty, Lucy, righty, tighty. Okay. Lefty, Lucy, righty, tighty. This is what I sound like right here. This is what I sound like right here. This is what I sound like right here. So if you talk really loud, you can be kind of far away. But if you talk quiet, you can be close. So this is for all the poets and performers tonight. This is what you sound like tonight, all right? Okay, cool. With that being said, this is good for the audience as well. This practice making a lot of noise and giving up for your first sacrificial poet. Let's give it up for Bobby! Clap for the poet!
Mr. Tubielli to you guys. All right. So I performed this one for Women's History Month in March. So this is more about women's empowerment. Shout out to Dragonfly again. Thank you. So full disclosure, I am nervous because when I've done this, I haven't done it in front of you all before. So the thing about reading poetry, be yourself, be natural, embrace the nerves. That's a good thing. All right. So here we go. College graduate, you're doing it. The first one in your family to do it. Bachelor's to master's. You call nobody massa. You're living out your legacy. You're living a life your greatest can never see. They could never be. Sacrifices from the cotton fields. Now your corporate deals. From hopscotch, pee-wee to ski-wee. Also known as the come-up with your run-up. You say sexist. They say corporate politics. Discrimination exists. That can't be your Lexus. You did nothing wrong. Still can't do nothing right. An educated sister. I guess that's the price. Push through. You better tell them what you're gonna do, ma. Push through. Push. They're gonna hold you down. They're gonna slow you down. Push through. Push. They're gonna tell you what you're gonna do, ma, but push through. Push. All right? Second verse. 42, graduated with 2 degrees. You made partner. You bought your first crib by yourself. No down payment assistance, girl. You bossed up. Zora Neale, favorite author. And your eyes are watching God. You're praying for a man that's close to God. You're praying for a family, most of all. Your girlfriend said you could have it all. Feminists say you got to choose. Career or some kids, either way you lose. Because dad said, time's ticking. Mom wants some grandchildren. We ain't getting any younger. You did nothing wrong. Just trying to get your life. Career-driven sisters. I guess that's the price. Thank you.
All all right. Let's give it up for your first poet. Judges, this is going to be the longest time I will give you the score of poem, honestly. But if you have it, hold it up, all right? All right. Wow, we got 4 scores? We got 5 scores. Oh, my goodness. All right. Okay. I want to do a big shout out to Rick Of. Give it up for Rick Of, all right? You may have seen Rick Of holding it down in the classroom earlier, but we also have homie doing some math for us, all right? Holding it down. So I'm going to look at the score. So I'm looking for the 5th score. 5th score. Okay, beautiful. Starting with an 8, followed by another 8. Then we have an 8.2, an 8.6, and a 9.0. Let's give it up for the poets. All right. The numbers are cool, but we give it up for the poem. All right. I'll give you all the total score after the next poet, but I'm excited to bring up another calibration poet for y'all. All right. Another person to get y'all, our judges warmed up. Okay. With this being said, I'm really excited for this lovely homie. I want y'all to make a lot of noise and welcome to the stage. Let's get up for Josiah.
Hello. My title is For Yesterday's Sunset. For yesterday's sunset, I stood alone where the shadows fell. I stood alone. Wait, let me say that again. I'm getting you guys hyped up. For yesterday's sunset, I stood alone where the shadows fell, by fields where whispers awakened. A raised thought I couldn't tell. For yesterday's sunset, the sky had burned an amber light, a hush of gold before the night. And though today is pale and gray, the fire still haunts the edge of day. A moment gone, yet somehow near. It glows behind each silent tear. Not for the dark that followed fast, but for the blaze that couldn't last. For yesterday's sunset, let me grieve the unreal sky and gaze away, hoping time doesn't go by. Let me never forget this memory moment as I close the blinds and say goodnight. For yesterday's sunset has come to an end. Thank you.
If I slip, I slide. Don't trip, I glide. I dip, I dive. When I dive, I dive.
Let's give it up for Josiah one more time. All right. Beautiful. Judges, whenever you have the score, keep it up. All right. Starting with an 8.0. Then we have an 8.2, an 8.3. Yes, say that noise. 8.5 and an 8.8. Let's give it up for your poet. All right. We got some calibration. All right, judges, you're doing great. Top 6 people in the building, I gotta say. All right. If you are curious, how we actually do the scores is we actually drop the lowest score and drop the highest score, and we take the 3 scores in the middle. So the highest score you can probably get is a 30.0. All right. We're not going to do the math out loud because our calculator is broken, but we have a system on our computer that will do that for y'all. All right. Just letting y'all know. So we're doing the math. But we're going to share all 5 scores. And then we'll let y'all know who's moving on to each of the rounds. All right. Beautiful. That is your calibration poets. Now we're getting actually here for the real slam. All right. I have to remind y'all that these poets are performing their original works. All right. They wrote this stuff down themselves. Okay. They're also performing this without any props, without any musical accompaniment, with no special effects. Fog machine. All right. It's just the poets on the stage and what's on the stage. That's what they have access to. All right. These poets, is it 3:30? They have 3 minutes and 30 seconds to deliver the poem. All right. We have a time limit. Someone said 3 minutes and 30 seconds because I think I think it was me or Ricka. One of us did a 10-minute poem, and we were like, "Y'all, enough, too long, too long." So we gotta cap it at 3 minutes and 30 seconds. All right, but you do have a 10-second grace period, and then if you do go over time, we gotta take points away. All right, it's just game mechanics. It's just game mechanics. All right, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So that kind of covers the rules. All right, beautiful. With that being said, on deck, so you can get ready, there's our lovely homie Sarai. But coming first in the first round, y'all make some noise and welcome Nikita, y'all! Clap to the boy, get sinister!
Hi, my name is Nikita, and my poem is called Still We Rise in Shadow and Flame. We were born from fire, not meant to burn, but to blaze. They call it a burden, but we call it praise. From cotton fields to cornerstones, from whips to microphones, we took the chains they gave to our wrists and built legacies of bones. Black don't break, black don't fold. Black is brave and black is bold. Say our names loud in the halls. We built the dreams, we break the walls. Say our names, black, brilliant, true. We are the storm and the breakthrough. They tried to bury us in backwood prayers. We came back as churches with drums in our chest and hallelujahs in our bones. Can I get an amen? Because we've been the miracle, we've been the dream, we've been the black they said was too much and still came out supreme. Ooh, they call it attitude, we call it legacy. They call it loud, we call it testimony. History wrote us in pain and loss. We hold the pen and we wear the cross. From Ferguson Flames to Harlem Jazz, we flip the script, defy the past. We are the voices that won't be still, the minds that move the iron will. We speak in code, in song, in stride, with Malcolm's fire and Rosa's pride. Say our names not just in death, but in our life, our art, our breath. Say our names as legends are born. So here we stand, tall, unafraid. From slave ships dark to kings are made. Black is not a burden, black is crown. We lift the sky when they pull us down. Say it now and say it clear. Black excellence is rising here. Thank you.
Okay, Poen. Okay, that's the homie Nikita, y'all. Yes, yes. Amazing. Judges, judges. Y'all pros now. Y'all done this enough time. Can I get scores? I got 3 scores. I got 4. I got 5 scores. All right. Audience, you gotta let the judges know when the score is good and when you don't agree. But with that being said, we're starting with an 8.8. Then we have someone's like, that's not high enough. Okay. Then we have an 8.9. Then we have a 9.2, a 9.3, and a 9.4. Let's give it up for the poet. Awesome. Y'all are rocking this. All right. Beautiful. All right. On deck. So you can get ready, homie. Is Nathaniel, you're going to be on deck. But I'm really excited to bring up this next poet onto the stage. Let's make some noise. And let's welcome Sarai to the mic! Keep on clapping!
My poem is called After All, Her Arms and Legs Mustn't Be Too Long. she mustn't stand too tall. Born on June 22nd, International Being You Day, how pleasant. It was 12 o'clock exactly when she was born, how scary. Her limbs were long, her arms too broad, her hair too dark, her lips too small. Oh, she was something, said all. 16th birthday, it's 5 o'clock finally, but a reminder she hasn't changed a single thing. This time, her back is crawled inward so she doesn't appear too tall. Her eyes are staring at every missed flaw. She looks normal, they say, but still her limbs are too long, her arms too broad, her hair too dark, her lips too small. 18th birthday, it's 10 o'clock. She looks beautiful, what a shock. Her hair is blonde, her limbs aren't long, no, her arms aren't broad, and her lips aren't small. Oh, she'll enchant you, they laugh. After all, her beauty is finally intact. Like a butterfly in a field of bees, she's radiant, unlike you and me. 20th birthday, it's 12 o'clock. Where's the bride? Her groom mocks. Until a beauty walks down the aisle. But what is this with every step she take? Her mask strips off, people's skin crawl. After all, she mustn't stand too tall. Her arms and legs mustn't be too long. But little do they know, it's not that she's ugly. It's that she's unique in a world full of copies. It's that she truly is the butterfly in a field of bees, which is scary in a world full of individuality which flees. Thank you.
All right. Post coming through. That's the homie Sarai, y'all. Judges. Wow. We got 1 score. We got 3 scores, 4 score, and 5. Okay. All right. We're going to start off with an 8.8. Then we're going to go straight to a 9. Then a 9.1, a 9.1, and a 9.6. Let's give it up for the poet. All right. Okay. All right. I accidentally took the sign-up sheet for the open mic here. I'm going to pass it through the crowd so it makes its way back to the table over there. Someone can take this and bring it to the table. I know it's kind of like anticlimactic, right? Oh man. So I say that in case you get inspired and you want to jump on the open mic, you can sign up. I think there's somewhere to sign. I think there's a pen over there. Maybe not. I don't know. We'll figure it out. All right. Keeping it going on deck. Check mark. Okay. On deck, we have the homie David. David, please get ready, friend. All right. Get ready, friend. Really excited to bring up the next poet. Audience, you already know the deal. Let's show some energy and let's welcome to the stage, Nathaniel!
My poem is titled Almost Gone. For me, this references because I'm leaving middle school next year. It was a huge phase of my life, so it's something that's hard for me to leave behind. Thank you. Almost gone. Middle school halls, crowded and loud. I walked through the walls with my heart still proud. But now I'm on edge with my friends near me. I still stay inside, but I still have fears I carry. What if I fall? What if I fail? What if high school just laughs at it all? What if they see I'm scared to grow? I don't have answers that they throw. But still, I'm not the same kid that walked in on day one, afraid of my voice and hiding from fun. I've messed up, stood up, been knocked down too. But the scars I carry shows what I've pushed through, because I'm done being someone that isn't true. I don't know it all, I won't pretend, but I'm learning to start taking the path where the road might bend. I'm not finished yet. I'm not who I was before, because I'm slowly starting to become someone I can trust. Middle school's almost gone, but I'm a little afraid. But I still make sure that the steering wheel is cleared. I'm ready to change. I'm not just survive. I'm ready to grow and ready to thrive. Thank you.
That is a home Nathaniel, y'all. Let's give it for the poet. Love the support we are showing out. Judges, I need support by 5 numbers. I got 5 numbers. Okay. Starting with an 8.5. Yeah, okay, audience. You can make that. You can let them know. Followed by another 8.5. Then we have an 8.7, an 8.8, and then a 9.0. Let's give it up for the poet. All right. Yeah, audience, let the judges know. But really, you're letting the poet know, right? The poet knows. With that being said, on deck, Glenise. Okay. Glenise, get ready, friend. But now we're gonna bring up this next poet, next competitor, audience. Let's welcome this homie to the stage. Just clap it up for David!
These metamorphic supernatural forces dominate what I see.
Thank you. My title is Where Words Take Flight by me. I let the words ride the air, give them wings to fly, not paper birds, but heavy truth. Dressed in rhythm and fire, they rise from my chest where secrets press like bricks, stacked high by hands that never learned how to hug. Each line I speak is a crack in a shell. They try to lock me in. They try to say boys don't cry, so I made my pain rhyme. They said stay in your own lanes, so I wrote my own streets. In class, they look at me through a smudged window. But when I spin my verse, they finally blink. They see my scars shining, golden leaf on a broken glass. They hear echo of a kid who's trying to fit in a mold, but stop trying to. I let my words ride the air, not just for me, but for everyone who sat there quietly so the truth won't shatter the room. I give my voice to the voiceless. I give my lines to the lost. I give my wings to the ones who are still grounded. Let them fly. Let us fly. Thank you.
That's the homie David, y'all. Yes. Wow. Judges. I hope I have enough ink in those markers, but y'all doing that work, okay? We got scores. I got 3 scores. I got 4 scores. Looking for my 5th score. You don't want me to sing, y'all. You don't want me to sing. All right, we're starting off with an 8.8. All right. Yeah, followed by another 8.8. Oh, we got a mind melt. Do we have another 8.8? Do we have an 8.9 and an 8.9? Let's give it up for the poet. All right, yes. Poets. Now, on deck, we have the homie Alina, right? Alina, yeah, okay. I can't read my own handwriting, that's why. But I'm excited to bring up the next competitor in the first round. Please clap it up and make some noise for Glennie!
Salute to Tony. Okay, I'm a little nervous, I'm not gonna lie. My name is Glennis Watson, and the poem I'm going to be reciting today is called, how do I make this? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah, okay. So we're just gonna restart. My name is Glennis Watson, and the poem I'm going to be reciting today is titled Unforgettable. Unforgettable. The word is spelled UNFO RGETTABLE. But me, my name is forgotten before it's even heard. Its spelling, its rhythm mean nothing in a world that labels me before it listens. In this country, a name becomes a burden, a mark to mispronounce, to shrink, to whiten. My name is pronounced Glenice, soft on my mother's tongue, but sharp in the mouths of strangers who twist it until it is unrecognizable, no longer belonging to me. They take my name and whitewash it until it fits into their own comfort. But I am not here to comfort. Je parle français et anglais. I say with pride. But pride feels dangerous here. They call it arrogance or too much. They don't hear fluency, they hear threat. To them, I reek of difference, too African, too black, too visible. They taught me early, your culture must be concealed, your language softened, your pride swallowed for their comfort. But I am done sweeping things under the rug. My voice is powerful. And I remember that silence is not safety, it is surrender, and I will not surrender. My voice carries the strength of my ancestors. It will not be silenced, nor will it be erased. It will be unforgettable. Thank you.
Shout out to Glenice. I thought I messed up Glenice's pronunciation. Oh my god, I was so worried. Thank you, poet. Judges. I got 2 scores. I got 3. I got 4. I'm looking for my 5th score. We're so close to the first round being done. Okay. We're starting off with a 9. Then we have a 9.5. Another 9.5. And then we have a 9.8 and a 9.8. Let's give it up for the poet. All right. See the golden hour, just the room. Reading. All right. On deck, we have our friend Elena. Elena, you're on deck. Okay. We're going to welcome the next poet onto the stage. I want y'all to make a lot of noise. Practice that energy. And let's bring up the homie Alina!
Reach out, give her what she needs. Setbacks in the need. I'm a complicated man. Local niggas trying to beat this. Bitches trying to breach.
So my poem is entitled, Am I a Good Person? Am I a good person? We have all asked this question at some point, whether the reason was serious or stupid, big or small. We all want to stand tall against those who wish for our downfall, against those who make us feel hurt and question our worth. But sometimes, the people who make us feel hurt are none other than ourselves, our own thoughts and words, our own mind, making things feel like there is no return from that state of questioning. Am I a good person? Am I a good person for helping that old lady cross the street? Am I a good person because I choose the high road when every part of me wants to yell at them for what they've done? Am I a good person because I lie on their behalf so they don't look bad? How are others meant to dictate who a good person is when they themselves hold a bias against everyone who is not them? How are others meant to see the truth when so many yell, I am a good person, I am a good person? How are we supposed to trust when these people are revealed to have lied using a disguise? Somewhere at home sits a little girl who likes the dictator of her country because mama said he's good. Somewhere at home is a little boy who wants to be like his uncle who's in prison because he's my favorite. These different narratives and opinions warp our minds on what good really is. So I ask again, in this world of confusion and doubt, am I a good person? Thank you.
That's a homie Alina, y'all. Judges. I need numbers. I need 5. I need 4 more numbers. I need 3 more. Oh, I have all 5 numbers. All right. We're starting off with an 8-7. Then we have an 8.8. Then we have an 8.8, then an 8.9, and a 9.0. Let's give it up for the poet. Woo! All right. Yo, we only have one more poet in the last round, okay? All right. If you're just joining us, you are witnessing a poetry slam, all right? A competition, a game where these homies are competing with their own poetry, all right? Following this, we have an open mic. If you're interested in signing up, there's a sign-up sheet where the community library is at, all right? Beautiful, beautiful. All right, we have one last homie before we'll do some math. Calculate and figure out who are the top 4 poets that are going to be moving on to the second round. Okay. With that being said, I want y'all to welcome the last homie in the first round. Make a lot of noise for Elena!
My poem is More Than Enough by me. There's thunder in my chest and lightning in my veins. It's hard to stay calm when I'm stuck with this pain. They laugh like I'm nothing, like I'm just a joke. Their words hit harder than anyone spoke. I fake a smile just to get through the day. But deep down, I wish I could fade away. They don't see the storm they leave behind. Every name they throw sticks in my mind. I try to be strong, I pretend I don't care. But sometimes I break when no one's there. At lunch, I sit there, afraid they'll come near. Their whispers feel louder than anything I hear. But one day I'll rise, and they'll know my name. Not for hurt, but for winning my flame. There's storm's still inside, but it's making me tough. And maybe, just maybe, I'm more than enough.
Let's give it up for the homie Elena! Oh, man. That's the first round, y'all. Judges, I need scores for that poet, please. All right, I got 4 scores. I got 5 scores. All right. We're starting off with an 8.7, and then we're doing another 8.7, and let's do another 8.7, but then we're going to do an 8.9, and then we're going to do a 9.2. Wow. I want to talk some smack while I'm waiting for my phone to vibrate. Okay. I want to do some judges, just kind of stretch your little fingies a little bit before we get ready for round 2. Poets. That was incredible. That was a fire first round. Are you kidding me? Y'all are really cooking some stuff out there in the school over there, huh? Y'all are nice. Oh man. I wish I started writing in middle school. Oh my goodness, I'll probably be a lot better right now. But poets, this is a game. Y'all really brought some incredible stories, incredible work. Everyone here, I feel hella inspired. I think the audience, do you feel inspired from the first round? Exactly, all right? If we have more time in the world, we'll do everyone in round 2, but we do have to cut it a little bit and move on with 4 poets. All right, 4 more poets. I'm looking at my phone, my device. If you're interested, we're the Low Poetry Wheel on Instagram. We post updates, events, and photos there. If you want to follow us on Instagram, Low Poetry Wheel. But yes, this is in order, right? Okay. Sorry, I look at numbers and I'm like, there's a lot of extra numbers in here. I know, I see. All right. And this is going to be this order as well, right, Rickov? Oh, okay. So Rickov is doing some math real quick. All right, before we get round 2. Judges, how you guys are feeling? You feeling good? Thank y'all. Y'all are pros. So we have a handful of poets left because we got to give out prizes. All right. What? Okay, the 4 that's on here. Okay. We're talking in code, but it's not really code. So with that being said, I want y'all to give a round of applause for these lovely poets who are now going to be joining us in the second round. But we want to show love and oh, okay, you deleted the names, my friend. Okay, all right, I'm here to just banter a little bit. All right. Okay. Yeah, we're back to the beginning. All right, back to the beginning. Back to the beginning. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're gonna read these 3 names. I want you to applaud for these homies. They're incredible. I try not to be a biased host. All right, I try to be pretty fair, but good. Like, that's yeah. So I was doing a lot of stinky faces back there. But please make some noise and let's clap up for. Let's give it up for. Alina, and Nathaniel. Clap it up for those lovely poets. All stars. So going on to round 2, we're going to hear another poem from these folks in this order. We're going to go with Glenice, Nikita, Sarai, and David. All right. That's round 2. Round 2, folks, y'all know what to do. So Nikita, you are on deck. Let's welcome back on the stage, Glenice.
Okay. I am nervous again. For context, I am 14 years old. So when you're thinking about the title, just use that. The title of my poem is One Girl, 14 Truths. What made her the person you are today? That's the question. It is not a story I can tell with smiles. It's a story I carry in silence, behind my eyes, beneath my skin, stitched into pieces in spaces where no one ever looked. But I tell it now, one truth at a time. One girl, too young to know the word survival, yet already forced to live a life that was something she had to earn. 2 eyes that saw too much too early, rage that echoed through walls, goodbyes that never sounded like love, and quiet ache of being forgotten while still being in a room. 3 times I reached out, 3 times I was met with